Happy Motivational Mission Monday. In light of today, because today is not just Motivational Mission Monday, it is actually Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday. Or actually his birthday, I think, was either yesterday. But we celebrate today. And in light of his work and what he has done for our country, even though there's still work to be done, I admit that there's still work to be done. I was thinking about, his process and like the patience he had to have for the things that he wanted to accomplish in our country for the Black community. And so I was thinking about, wow, like he had to have major patience, like the patience of Job. He had to really rely on the Lord to give him strength through it. And so I wanted to talk about that. I wanted to talk today about having patience in the process of your progress, or in the progress of your process. I don't know exactly which one. I think I said the process one first, but anyways, so we're going to talk about that because a lot of us right now are putting in some major work to have our dreams come true, to become a doctor or a lawyer or a teacher, or maybe you're creative like I am and you're working a job so you can pay the bills, but you're still on the side like working on your writing, your art, your music, whatever it is. So we're doing all this work, and sometimes the process can go really smoothly, really quick, but then there are times where the process starts to lull and things start to slow down, and you feel like, sometimes we feel like we're putting in all this effort and then like nothing's really working, nothing's going the way we want it to, and then we get frustrated. Now, there's two different reactions to being frustrated, and one of them is you're so frustrated that you're frustrated with where you are, so you keep pushing and you keep working so you can get to the end goal, which is great. Those of y'all who could do that, kudos, because I'm the opposite. When I get frustrated, I start to kind of shut down. I start to want to give up. Yes, I'm motivating you and I'm letting you know that I want to give up sometimes. It's hard, you guys. I start to get burnt out. I sometimes become paralyzed with fear, and I start to question, like, what's the point? Why am I doing this again? Like, things aren't, moving quickly. They're moving, like, at a pace that I don't know if it'll ever move quickly ever again. So, but we still need to learn to be patient with the process, because the process does get slow sometimes. And it's actually good for us to understand and to appreciate the slowness of our process sometimes. So here's some tips. Tip number 1, you want to remember why you're doing what you're doing. What's motivating you to become, that artist, to become that teacher? Are you trying to influence a group of people? Maybe you're just trying to make money, and if that's your motivator, okay. I wouldn't encourage that, but sometimes that's people's motivator. Are you trying to spread the gospel? Are you just really passionate about like this specific area of life? Like, why are you doing what you're doing? That's something that's really crucial to remember as you're going through a slow moving process, like, and you start to question, like, what's the point? If you're asking what's the point, this is something you need to really do. Remember why you're doing what you're doing. Maybe you were inspired by someone in your family or a friend to be in this field or in this craft or whatever it is. So just remember why you're doing what you're doing. Tip number 2 is to remember where your gifts come from. A lot of the time we think like, well, I feel like I was just born with it. I was born with this great voice. I was born with this artistic talent. Or I was inspired by my mother or my father or my uncle to be in this field of work or whatever it is. And that's great. Like, I mean, you can definitely be inspired by a family member or a friend, or you can have that natural ability, but remember where that natural ability came from, and that came from God. And it's so humbling when you really think about the talents that you have, whether it be, writing or whatever, and you think like, wow, like, God didn't have to give me this talent. Like, he didn't, but he freely did. And ultimately he's given us those gifts for his glory. And so, I mean, also to like, help communities and whatever it is, but ultimately by helping communities or to whatever it is, you're also bringing him glory as well, because you're like, hey, I'm doing this to inspire these people, but I am inspired by the fact that the Lord, is holy and that he gave me this gift and whatnot. So let that thought just humble you and motivate you to keep going. And also ask the Lord for just a spirit of productivity. Sometimes you just have to pray and be like, God, I want it to go faster than what it is. but it's not. And just help me to be patient and help me to really see this process where it is right now, and to learn from it. Tip number 3, for those of us who are paralyzed with fear and who are like, I don't know what to do next. Like, I'm stuck. I don't know. For those of us who are like that, I want us to think about the end goal. Okay, where's the end? And then you also want to think, okay, the steps. How do I get to that point? You write down all those steps, and each day or each 3 days or however many days it takes, or months or whatever, take it step by step. Don't rush through the steps either, because rushing, like, yeah, it'll get it done, but then maybe it's not a great product at the end. So you just want to take your time, take those baby steps, and accomplish them one by one until you reach your goal. Get a friend to help you and be like, help me, stay accountable with this, help me to stay on schedule, but you want to be able to be patient with those steps too. Patience is so hard to have. It's so hard to keep. But it's super crucial. And the last tip is remember that these things take time. It's patience, basically. Because if everybody got what they wanted when they wanted it, like, there wouldn't be any of these inspiring stories of like, wow, like this person worked this hard to get to where they wanted to be, and like things would be way too easy. Like, if I could become a famous writer tomorrow, I mean, that'd be great. But I mean, like, I wouldn't necessarily, like, I feel like it's more fulfilling to have to go through a lot of work and even a lot of struggle to get where I want to be. And too, like, struggles allow you to call on the Lord for help. And so that you couldn't do it on your own. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, sometimes you got to remember that things take time. Stay persistent and don't give up. Now, don't give up doesn't mean you can't take breaks, because we all need to take breaks. We all need some downtime. Sometimes, we work for like 3 months and then we take a month off, and it's okay. Or we work for a month and then we got to take 3 months off. Some of us are different. Like, you need to take a break. You need to have a rest point and a resting period, because if you keep working, you definitely will burn yourself out, and you will probably have a really long resting period. And so remember to take breaks. Remember that it's okay to just breathe for a second before you dive back in. But remember to dive back in. Like, don't be scared to. But yeah, so this is what I have for you guys. To be patient in the process of your progress, or in the progress of your process. Don't give up. Stay persistent. Remember where your gifts come from, that the Lord has freely given them to you and he's blessed you with them. Don't stay paralyzed in fear. Write down that list of steps and then take it one by one. Easy does it. And then, what was the first one? Oh yeah, remember why you're doing what you're doing. What's the purpose? What's motivating you to do what you want to do. So, I love you guys. I hope you've had a great Monday. If you didn't go to work or school, I hope you had a great day off. I hope you're staying warm. It's so cold, like, everywhere, I feel like. I hope you're staying healthy too, because I feel like I got a little sniffle. So stay healthy, take your vitamin C, drink your water. But yeah, I love you guys again. Thanks for listening to me, watching me. I know you don't have to. There could be plenty of things you could be doing with your time, but you chose to take the, 10 minutes of your day and just watch me. So I appreciate it. If you have any topics you want me to discuss at all, please let me know. Comment underneath. DM me, text me, please. I need topics every week. I do this every week, every Monday. So please let me know. But other than that, I love you guys, and have a great rest of your week.